Around 66 million years ago, dinosaurs disappeared from the Earth, except for the ones that eventually turned into birds. Suddenly, the Earth went from the age of dinosaurs to the age of mammals. Scientists have special names for these time periods: the Cretaceous and Paleogene. And the event itself is called the KPG, or KT extinction. Picture this dramatic moment in Earth's history. It happened in the blink of an eye. A colossal asteroid as big as Mount Everest and traveling at lightning speed slammed into Earth. It crashed down in what we now call southern Mexico, at a place known as the Chicxulub crater. The impact was gigantic. Everything close to it was instantly vaporized, creating an enormous burst of energy, one of the most powerful in billions of years. Nothing could survive near the crash site. As the fiery aftermath cooled, the Earth's surface went haywire. The ground twisted and trembled, causing unbelievable earthquakes. The continent started to literally bounce. Then, the ocean floor got all stirred up, provoking the gigantic tsunami. Massive waves surged inland around the Gulf of Mexico. The debris that got blasted into the sky started falling back to Earth like a rainstorm. Even if you weren't close to the huge pieces falling in Mexico, you'd still get hit by smaller, super hot bits flying through the air. This heated up the atmosphere so much that forests all over the world burst into flames. The dinosaurs that lived far away from the impact area first felt a little rumble. Suddenly, the sky turned dark and gloomy, as if it was nighttime during the day. The temperatures dropped drastically, and this night during the day lasted for several weeks. And then, a blanket of ash started slowly covering the entire planet. Nasty things like carbon dioxide and bits of the seafloor started floating around in the air. This messed with the temperatures once again, making it swing wildly. The Earth was hot and cold at the same time. Nature was suffering. Forest fires, no sunlight, dangerous gases in the atmosphere. All this caused big problems for plant-eating dinosaurs. They started to vanish, and the meat-eaters were having a feast. But not for long. Soon enough, the whole food chain fell apart. This is when somewhere between 50 and 80% of dinosaurs said their final goodbyes. What's even sadder is that this number only counts the different types of dinosaurs. If we look at the number of individual dinosaur lives lost, it's even higher. Here's an interesting fact. If the asteroid had hit just 30 seconds earlier or later, landing in the Atlantic or Pacific rather than just off the coast of Mexico, we might have had some non-avian dinosaurs still around today. But the way it happened, the asteroid struck with a force equal to 10 billion Hiroshimas. But the only ones who made it were our mammalian ancestors. They were little shrew-like creatures who had super fast energy systems, adaptable diets, or clever hiding spots. These early mammals survived because they were tiny and didn't need much food. We're incredibly lucky that they survived this chaos. They probably didn't even understand what was happening. They just noticed the horrible smell, huge bodies everywhere, acid rain, and volcanoes erupting. So now that we know how terrible this event actually was, let's talk about a big question. Could we, modern humans, survive something like this? Well, it depends. Research from a different asteroid impact about 790,000 years ago suggests we could, but it wouldn't be easy. In that other event, a massive asteroid hit Earth once again. Just like with the Chicxulub asteroid, it sent debris into the atmosphere that covered a tenth of the planet's surface. Scientists found the pieces of that asteroid's impact, glassy rocks called tektites. They analyzed these rocks and discovered a rare mineral called rhyodite. It requires extremely high pressure and temperatures to form. After studying it, scientists assumed that the impact happened in Southeast Asia, probably near Thailand. Strangely, they still haven't found the exact crater. But the main thing is, the asteroid collision did happen, and our ancestors were around during this. It surely got their attention, even though they might not have fully grasped what was happening. The debris from this event would have caused significant climate changes. It's tough to understand how it affected our humans' evolution. All that we know is that we survived it. Currently, there are about 1,200 asteroids on a list of potential asteroid threats, but luckily we're not in immediate danger. These asteroids are smaller than 0.6 miles in diameter. The chance of a massive asteroid like the one that hit Chicxulub between 3 to 9 miles wide striking Earth is incredibly low. Major events like this happen about once every 100 to 200 million years. On top of that, most asteroids are located between Mars and Jupiter and don't pose a threat to Earth. However, there are thousands of smaller asteroids that could potentially hit us. Most of these are small and burn up in the atmosphere, causing no harm. Some larger ones could damage buildings or cities, but wouldn't threaten all life on our blue planet. But what if a comet or a serious asteroid were to collide with Earth today? In that case, first of all, it could alter Earth's orbit. The initial energy released during an impact would cause a scorching blast wave of 570 degrees Fahrenheit. The fire would ignite vast areas of the Earth's surface. Then, it would cause a long-term impact on winter. The smoke from the megafires, along with dust and water vapor, would form a thick layer of clouds in the upper atmosphere. Just like with the dinosaur event, it would reduce sunlight and cause temperatures to drop for decades. Most plant life would die off within weeks. Large trees might survive for decades due to stored sugars and a slow metabolism. Beyond that, not much life would remain, except for microbes and smaller creatures. There are 3 possible strategies for humans to deal with all this mess. The best strategy is to prevent the impact in the first place. Scientists are already searching for asteroids that might cross Earth's path and discussing how to defend against them. One option is to use our biggest weapons to break up the asteroid into smaller pieces. These tiny pieces could miss Earth or burn up in our atmosphere. That would work for asteroids around 0.6 miles wide. However, this won't work for massive Chicxulub-sized asteroids. The amount of energy we'd need to destroy them exceeds our entire current arsenal. But if we notice the asteroid early enough, maybe a series of blasts could change its course and save the day. And, according to the researchers, asteroids larger than 25 miles in size would be nearly impossible to stop with our current technology. Luckily, the chances of something like this hitting Earth are very tiny. But okay, what if we can't prevent the impact? Here comes the second strategy. We'd have to go deep underground and create large bunkers. We know that many burrowing or deep-sea species survived the mass extinction 66 million years ago, so these underground habitants could protect us from the direct impact effects like blasts and fires, as well as an impact winter. We'd have to harness the Earth's natural heat and live inside protective domes. They could be built in stable continental cores or deep beneath the oceans. We'd have some essential supplies like food, medicine, fuel, and water. Maybe even have some gene banks to preserve species. And the last strategy would be to copy the movie Don't Look Up and to ignore the problem until it's too late. We know that it would take collaboration among governments and institutions from many countries to design, build, and launch a series of devices into space in order to prevent the impact. If humanity will be able to pull that cooperation off, that would be a miracle. In any case, NASA takes the threat of asteroids pretty seriously. It has a well-thought-out plan involving early detection, assessment, deflection strategies, collaboration, public communication, and backup plans to protect Earth from these cosmic dangers. So we can only hope that if something like that happens, logic would prevail.
That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.